August 2021 game releases. In Sound Mind. Release date, August 3, 2021. About this game, a new survival horror experience from the creators of the legendary Nightmare House 2. The team behind one of highest rated mods of all time, returns with an unexpected spin on the horror genre. Experience a series of haunting memories. Journey through a progression of unsettling stories, each with unique puzzles, mechanics, weapons, and boss fights. Developed by We Create Stuff and published by Modus Games. Overcome a cast of terrors. Confront those who stalk you in a series of daunting boss fights and learn how to defeat them by solving mind-bending puzzles. An eerie soundtrack by The Living Tombstone. The internet icon lends his distinct sound to this next-generation psychological thriller, featuring sentient mannequins, a feline companion, and much more. And yes, you can pet the cat. Available on Nintendo Switch, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S. Lemnis Gate. Release date, August 3, 2021. About this game, Lemnis Gate is a time-warping, turn-based, multiplayer combat strategy FPS game. Over 5 alternating turns taking place in a 25-time loop. 4-dimensional battles, developed by RIDLEY Games Canada and published by Frontier Foundry. Matches in Lemnis Gate take place within time loops. You have 25 seconds to execute your action. Each of the 5 rounds is your chance to alter the timeline as past, present, and future converge. With a varied cast of characters to choose from, how you play is up to you. Welcome to the team comprised entirely of you. With Lemnis Gate's innovative auto co-op feature, you command every member of your side. Auto co-op gives you total control of 5 deep space operatives, effectively enabling 2 competitors to duke it out in bustling 10-character matches. Become a literal one-person army. From the first second to the last, anything can happen in Lemnis Gate. Each round is a fresh chance to implement an unbeatable new strategy. Predict hostiles' routes, infiltrate enemy lines, online rivals. Lemnis Gate lets you set the board to suit your style. The developers describe game contains content like mild violence. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S and Microsoft Windows. Death Trash. Release date, August 5, 2021. About this game, Death Trash features a world where cosmic horrors long for humanity but meet punks with shotguns. Influenced by post-apocalyptic, horror, and cyberpunk classics but with a fresh personality of its own, Death Trash combines the crunch and depth of old school. Developed and published by Crafting Legends. Death Trash is an open-world, single-player role-playing game with handcrafted levels, a strong story campaign and optional local co-op gameplay. The game features real-time gameplay with ranged and melee combat, stealth, multiple-choice dialogue, an inventory of items and worms, a crafting system, and skills like pickpocketing and puking. Travel through a gritty, post-apocalyptic wasteland by world map and explore hand-painted, organic locations. Meet exciting characters, talk to the Flesh Kraken, customize your own character through stats and making in-game decisions. Experience the story and discover side quests. Fight against machines and larger-than-life monsters, or become their friend. The developers describe game contains not appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work, nudity or sexual content, frequent violence, or gore. The game is not completed yet but we have early access. Available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS and Macintosh operating systems. Starmancer. Release date, August 5, 2021. About this game, stranded in a strange solar system, your task as a Starmancer is to construct and manage a space station capable of sustaining life for the countless minds. Starmancer offers gameplay with consequences, a living sandbox environment, crafting, and managing the daily lives of colonists. Create a utopian society where everyone is well fed, happy, and safe. Developed by Ominux Games and published by Chucklefish. Build a thriving space station, with tons of customization. Manage the lives of colonists aboard your station. Interact with a dynamically generated solar system and its inhabitants. Take on missions and be rewarded with loot. Face the consequences of your actions. Modding support. The developers describe games contains cartoon blood and gore. The game is not completed yet but we have early access. Two-person development team has been working on Starmancer since around 2015. After closed beta went live in early 2021, developers focused on getting to a place where they could finally get the game into the community's hands for crucial feedback, while continue to develop content, tweak balancing, and add new features during early access. Developers' plan is to continue improving and building upon Starmancer's existing features, content list to have improved story elements and more mechanics to make every playthrough completely unique. Starmancer currently has many features implemented, and is completely playable. Players can manage large colonies of humans, each with unique attributes and needs. Complex stations can be built piece by piece with networked infrastructure, power and water systems, as well as living, entertainment, and engineering spaces. You can grow food, colonists fight each other, asteroids are technically mineable. Available on Microsoft Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Macintosh operating systems and classic Mac OS. Bless Unleashed. Release date, August 6, 2021. About this game, explore the massive and lively world with your allies and friends, or embark on an epic adventure alone and push your limits. From the weapons you wield to the skills you unlock, you have full control of your character's development and actions. Every choice you make in the world of Bless will shape your story, so forge your destiny and make your adventure go down in history. Developed by Round 8 Studio and published by NeoWiz. Vast and diverse landscapes teeming with life await you. From the peaceful and beautiful forests of the Ribas Federation to the treacherous uncharted regions, immerse yourself in the breathtaking landscapes. The more you explore, the more stories you'll encounter and experience. With the world still recovering from the disaster caused by the humans, the otherworldly daimon lies in wait for a chance to strike again. Endure and persevere through the destruction and massacres committed by the longtime conspirators and defend yourself from their threats. With the support of the gods, the possibilities are endless. Explore treacherous dungeons and challenge yourself against others on the PvP battlefield. Available on PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows and Xbox One. Book of Travels. Release date, August 9, 2021. About this game, join Book of Travels and become part of a unique social role-playing experience that doesn't hold your hand. Inspired by genre classics, this is a serene adventure that sets you adrift in a fairytale world. It's also an invitation to roleplay without the restraints of linear missions and plot lines. Feel at liberty to travel the free wilds and vivid cities of the Braided Shore Peninsula. Wander deep into the layers of this hand-drawn world, stumble upon its hidden places or unravel one of its many mysteries. There is no overarching goal and no real beginning or end, but for mortal characters the stakes can be high. Developed and published by Might and Delight. Braided Shore is a vast and intricate world, but meetings with other players are few and far between, so your chance encounters will be something special. Choose to collaborate together or to survive alone. Either way, you'll be part of the birth of an exciting new online community, one where many stories will be told. But take note, this is a game for wayfinders and wanderers, and it won't plan out your route. Instead, it will trust you to play in your own style and to shape your own journey. Whichever way you choose to travel, you'll soon be adding your own chapters to Book of Travels. Authentic role-playing and individual play styles. The game allows you to play in a style that matches your character and to set your own personal goals. Are you a danger-seeking adventurer, a stoic practitioner of magic binding, or a carefree tea-drinking gambler? Boundless narrative that won't hold your hand. Your travels will present you with countless randomly occurring events, making your story unique and each session different from the last. Peel back the layers of diverse plot lines and discover an immensely deep fairytale world. Tiny multiplayer online. Other players are few, but your paths will cross. It's up to you to choose to travel together or go it alone. Find vehicles to reach far-flung places or just amble through woods together. The absence of guilds and social structures makes your temporary fellowships unique and memorable. A beautiful world of uncertainty. An intricate and unique world that draws inspiration from old world fairy tales, Eastern mythologies and early industrial eras. Tons of intricate events chains that unlock items, characters, deep world secrets, and hidden gameplay features and tricks. Communicate using symbols. Learn to use a unique set of symbols to communicate with other players. Unlock new symbols as you encounter new features and places. Gain experience in numerous ways, by exploring, being courteous, gathering and trading. Battles can be rewarding, but you will learn more in defeat than in victory. The world is a hand-painted diorama. Experience a unique game view perspective painted in a richly detailed art style. Click to walk like old-school RPGs but in scenes with three-dimensional depth. Committing to the world. Together, Might and Delight Studio is fully committed to making this online world grow and live for a long time, together with you. Available on Microsoft Windows, Linux, Macintosh operating systems. Shadowverse Champions Battle. Release date, August 10, 2021. About this game. Players will meet a fun cast of characters and duke it out in intense card battles. Experienced Shadowverse players will be able to seamlessly transition into the game, as rules are exactly the same as the original title they know and love, but new players will have no problem jumping into the beginner-friendly action as well. Developed by Games and published by Seed Games. Enjoy intense battles in this one-on-one card game. Become a master by skillfully playing cards, each with their own abilities, at the right time. Create your ultimate deck. Collect over 600 cards as you progress through the story. Play with friends or take on players around the world. Enjoy ranked matches, free matches, and lobby matches, and even get new cards and exchange deck codes in online play. You can also challenge your friends through local wireless play. Encounter a colorful cast of characters. Familiar faces from the Shadowverse anime abound, but you'll meet new ones as well. Deepen your connection with your friends as you complete quests and enjoy student life. Available on Nintendo Switch. Foreclosed. Release date, August 12, 2021. About this game. Foreclosed is a narrative-driven action-adventure set in a cyberpunk world filled with action, suspense, and experimental augmentations. Follow the story of Evan Capnose, his identity recently foreclosed, stripped of his job, his brain implants and his access to the city blockchain. He must now escape before his identity and implants are auctioned off. Developed by Antab Studio and published by Merge Games. Foreclosed combines the playability of video games with the sleek visual aesthetic of comic books. Everything from gameplay to cinematics are experienced within the stylistic framework of a graphic novel. Full screen and comic panel perspectives are seamlessly blended as you move throughout Foreclosed cyberpunk city. High-tech combat. Discover and unlock new abilities with an RPG-like skill system. Upgrade your weapon's potential with futuristic modifications. Learn to control your new abilities. Fight opponents and manipulate your surroundings. Acquire superhero-like abilities such as telekinesis to launch your enemies into the air or hurl huge. Hack into different systems to create traps or even overheat the implants in your enemies' heads. The developers describe game contains content like frequent violence and bad language. Available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S and Microsoft Windows. Icarus. Release date, August 12, 2021. About this game. Icarus is a session-based PvE survival game for up to 8 co-op players. Endure a savage alien wilderness on Icarus, humanity's greatest mistake. Survive its brutal environment as you explore, harvest, craft and hunt while seeking your fortune. From their orbital space station, those lucky enough to survive will return to orbit to convert their exotics into advanced technology and take on ever more challenging drops. Those that get left behind are lost forever. Developed and published by Rocketworks. Icarus was once destined to be a second Earth, but when terraforming collapsed, the air turned toxic and humanity's hopes of colonizing a new world died. Icarus became a joke, a symbol of humanity reaching for the stars and failing. Confront and conquer a brutal PvE world determined to wear you down or tear you apart. From toxic atmosphere to savage wildlife and game-altering weather events, Icarus is a planet with a temper. Use the planet's resources to craft tools, structures, and machinery to protect yourself and aid your mission. Your time on Icarus is limited, so always watch the clock and use every second wisely. The orbital space station waits for no one. If you fail to return to your dropship in time, there is no rescue. Your character's progression and tech is lost to planet Icarus. Available on Microsoft Windows. Naraka Bladepoint. Release date, August 12, 2021. About this game. When melee combat meets battle royale, pretty much everything changes. Vertical map design, truly diverse character skills and a brand new resurrection system. Enjoy the thrill of clashing blades and flying arrows in the battlefield of Naraka Bladepoint. From the shoulder of a giant Buddha to the very highest mountain peaks. From the rusty, rattling chains of floating coffins to secret trails of an abandoned mine. Naraka Bladepoint's interactive map design allows you to roam Morris Island with freedom. Walk every path you find, reach every place you see, eliminate every opponent you encounter. Developed by 24 Entertainment and published by NetEase Games Montreal. Hide in the darkness and wait for your moment. Together in blood and dust, heroes from around the world gather in Morris Island. There is only fighting, there is only death or life. Only one can remain. Explore a vast, mysterious battlefield where every section is unique and breathtaking, poetic yet violent, mysterious but enchanting. A forsaken Eastern realm unfolds. The developers describe the game contain content not appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work, frequent violence or gore, available on Microsoft Windows. Skatebird. Release date, August 12, 2021. About this game: grind on bendy straws, kickflip over staplers, and carve killer lines through cardboard and sticky tape parks. In Skatebird, you're a lonely lil bird, and your big friend has hung up their board for good. Their job sucks, and lately, they're barely ever home to play with you. You're gonna fix all that with the power of being a chill little skateboarding bird. You may be tiny, but the more you skate, the more friends you'll make. Birds will come check out your park, help you find more parks, and together you'll, somehow, fix big friend's life. Above all else, Skatebirds try their best. Developed and published by Glass Bottom Games. Explore lots of bird-sized parks, with simple controls familiar to any pro skating tiny hawk. Find fancy clothing, secret mixtapes of new music, birds that need your help, and more. Skate to an original lo-fi burb hop soundtrack or drop in your own MP3, and if you bail, you just get back up, because above all else, Skatebirds try their best. Available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Linux, Macintosh operating systems and classic Mac OS. Great Memories of Azure. Release date, August 17, 2021. About this game: Great Memories of Azure is a side-scrolling single-player game with hand-drawn animations. You will take the role of three siblings, Greg, Adara and Radel, to guide them through the lands of Azure. Alternate control between them and use their unique abilities to escape from the Erlig invasion, which are currently under the attack of an enemy invasion from a faction called the Erligs. This battle has been going on for a long time, and the Couriers are starting to flee their own lands. Greg's goal is to reunite with his brother, Radel, and his sister, Adara, and then escape the lands of Azure by building an airship piece by piece. Throughout the game, you will find each sibling in different scenarios, and once you do, they will join the adventure and help you progress through the game. Developed by Navegant Entertainment and published by Team 17, hand-drawn art and animation enjoy a captivating storyline about family, home, and union in difficult times while you discover colorful and expressive scenarios. Unique gameplay alternate between the three characters and use their different abilities to explore the magical lands of Azure. Fast-paced combat, discover new areas and fight against a wide variety of enemies to rescue the Couriers from the Erlig invasion. Cinematic clips throughout the game. You will encounter beautiful hand-drawn cinematic clips that will accompany key story moments to immerse you into the world of Azure. Live orchestra soundtrack. Enjoy the expressive and atmospheric music themes specially created to experience a unique adventure. Available on Nintendo Switch, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S. Humankind. Release date, August 17, 2021. About this game: Humankind is a historical strategy game, where you'll be rewriting the entire narrative of human history and combining cultures to create a civilization that's as unique as you are. Developed by Amplitude Studios and published by Sega. Create your civilization. Combine up to 60 historical cultures as you lead your people from the ancient to the modern age. From humble origins as a Neolithic tribe, transition to the ancient era as the Babylonians, become the classical era Mayans, the medieval Umayyads, the early modern era British, and so on. Each culture will add its own special gameplay layer, leading to near endless outcomes. More than history, it's your story. Face historical events, take impactful moral decisions, and make scientific breakthroughs. Discover the natural wonders of the world or build the most remarkable creations of humankind. Each game element is historically authentic. Combine them to build your own vision of the world. Leave your mark on the world. The journey matters more than destination. Fame is a new and unifying victory condition. Every great deed you accomplish, every moral choice you make, every battle won will build your fame and leave a lasting impact on the world. In Humankind, you'll be playing the leader of of your society as an avatar that you create and customize. Your avatar will evolve visually over the course of the game as your civilization develops. Available on Mac OS, Google Stadia, Microsoft Windows, and Macintosh operating systems. 12 minutes. Release date, August 19, 2021. About this game, 12 Minutes is a real-time top-down interactive thriller with an accessible click-and-drag interface, featuring James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe. Developed by Luis Antonio and published by Annapurna Interactive. What should be a romantic evening with your wife turns into a nightmare when a police detective breaks into your home, accuses your wife of murder and beats you to death, only for you to find yourself immediately returned to the exact moment you opened the front door, stuck in a 12-minute time loop, doomed to relive the same terror again and again, unless you can find a way to use the knowledge of what's coming to change the outcome and break the loop. 12 Minutes blends the dreamlike tension of The Shining with the claustrophobia of Rear Window and the fragmented structure of Memento. The developers describe game contain content like violence, gore, blood, sexual themes. Available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S, Microsoft Windows. Rims Racing, release date, August 19, 2021. About this game, a race is not won purely on the track, so you need to become more than a rider by understanding motorbike behavior like a real engineer. Traction, angle, braking, torque, trajectory, speed, every factor must be considered before heading to the workshop to change certain components and configuring the optimal setup. Developed by Raceward Studio and published by Nakan. Your adventure starts by choosing your dream motorbike. You can ride the world's 8 most powerful European and Japanese motorbikes, recreated with an unmatched level of detail thanks to close collaboration with each manufacturer. These motorbikes also provide a highly accurate and realistic, with a mechanics management system never before seen in a motorbike simulation. You can dismantle all your bike's parts to maintain them after each race or to upgrade them and boost your performance. You will become familiar with every last screw in your motorbike, the biggest names in the industry along with over 200 official equipment items to personalize your rider. Analyze your performance. Rims Racing thrusts you straight into the heart of the action with the motorbike status check. Understand how to optimize your performance. Your motorbike's configuration can be adapted to your riding style. Accurate and realistic physics. The level of accuracy and details provided by the mechanics management. Less experienced players can still learn the techniques that will take them to the top. The most iconic circuits. Racing experience on 2 wheels. Available on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S. Madden, NFL 22, release date, August 20, 2021. About this game, all new features in franchise include staff management, an enhanced scenario engine, and weekly strategy. Share avatar progress and player class between face of the franchise and the yard with unified progression. And for the first time ever in Ultimate Team, adjust Superstar X factors at halftime. Developed by Tiburon and published by Electronic Arts. Franchise, staff management and talent trees. Enhanced scenario engine, weekly strategy, unified progression, avatar progress shared between face of the franchise and the yard. Earn rep via gameplay, and level up. Adjust Superstar X factors at halftime. Easily manage team chemistries. Available on Google Stadia, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Release date, August 24, 2021. About this game, set in the iconic Alien universe, Aliens, Fireteam is a cooperative third-person survival shooter that drops your fire team of hardened Marines, fight to contain the evolving xenomorph threat, face off against waves of terrifying xenomorph and Wayland Yutani synthetic foes alongside 2 players or AI teammates. Developed and published by Cold Iron Studios and Focus Home Interactive. The Ultimate Hunt. Play a pivotal role in the epic events that occur 23 years after the original Alien trilogy as a colonial marine stationed aboard the USS Endeavour. Stunning visuals, iconic enemies, realistic environments, powerful weapons, futuristic equipment, and an eerie soundscape. The developers describe game contains content not appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work, frequent violence or gore. Available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S. Hoa. Planned release date, August 24, 2021. About this game, Hoa is a beautiful puzzle platforming game that features breathtaking hand-painted art, lovely music, and a peaceful, relaxing atmosphere. Experience the magic of nature and imagination as you play the main character, Hoa, on her journey through breathtaking environments back to where it all began. Developed by Scrollcat Studio and published by PM Studios. Breathtaking hand-painted art, outstanding original soundtrack, captivatingly storytelling and emotionally charged. Relax to the organic rhythm of subtle storytelling while being intrigued by endless little wonders. Available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows and more. Kena Bridge of Spirits. Release date, August 24, 2021. About this game, a story-driven, action-adventure combining exploration with fast-paced combat. As Kena, players find and grow a team of charming spirit companions called the Rod, enhancing their abilities and creating new ways to manipulate the environment. Developed and published by Ember Lab. Kena, a young spirit guide, travels to an abandoned village in search of the sacred mountain shrine. She struggles to uncover the secrets of this forgotten community hidden in an overgrown forest where wandering spirits are trapped. Find the Rod. Timid and elusive spirits scattered throughout the forest. They maintain balance by decomposing dead and rotting elements. Build your team, find and collect rot to gain powerful abilities, make discoveries, and transform the environment. Explore a forgotten village and a strange curse. Draw on the power of the spirit realm to restore this once majestic world. Fast-paced combat. Spirits have become corrupt, trapped and unable to move on, challenging Kena at every turn. Embark on a captivating adventure featuring a unique companion mechanic and thrilling combat. Immerse yourself in a story-driven action-adventure set in a charming world rich with exploration and fast-paced combat. Play as Kena, a young spirit guide traveling to an abandoned village in search of the sacred mountain shrine. Find and grow a team of tiny spirits known as the Rot who maintain balance by decomposing dead and rotting elements. Enhance your companions' abilities, create new ways to manipulate the environment and uncover the secrets of a forgotten community hidden in an overgrown forest where wandering. Available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows. King's Bounty 2. Release date, August 24, 2021. About this game, darkness descends over the world of Nostria. Conspiracies, sabotage, and necromancy are overshadowing the country. But maybe a savior, the kingdom's last hope, is already here, to fight back and finally restore peace and order in Nostria. King's Bounty 2 is the long-awaited sequel to the legendary King's Bounty video games franchise, one of the most iconic representatives of the turn-based RPG genre. Expanding on this legacy with an entirely new epic story, fractions, enemies, and new features to forge an open and breaking fantasy world in Thera. With the kingdoms in disarray, counties demanding independence, bandits prowl the roads, all the overseas nations have denied the king's authority over them, and blighted creatures lie in wait for the unwary. New accidental heroes emerge as a last hope. Developed and published by 1C Entertainment, Prime Matter. Immersive and character-driven epic story. Play as one of three main heroes, rescuing and building your personal army in a journey of leadership, survival, and sacrifice. Every decision you make has profound and lasting consequences. Unique massive world to discover. The world of Thera is wide open and ripe for exploration. Unearth hidden places and dangerous enemies. Thera is a vast home to 1,000 wonders and secrets for players to discover. Customizable squad and equipment. Each army squad has its own set of skills and visual appearance. Build armies of different creatures who will fight with you throughout the majority of your adventure. Tactical depth on the battlefield. The environment and landscape matter in King's Bounty 2. Players will encounter diverse terrain types, directly impacting battlefield tactics. Every battle is unique in its own way. Available on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. Psychonauts 2. Planned release date, August 25, 2021. About this game, Rasputin Raz Aquato, trained acrobat, and powerful young psychic, has realized his lifelong dream of joining the international psychic espionage organization, known as the Psychonauts. But these psychic super spies are in trouble. Their leader hasn't been the same since he was rescued from a kidnapping, and what's worse, there's a mole hiding in headquarters. Developed by Double Fine Productions and published by Xbox Game Studios. Combining quirky missions and mysterious conspiracies, Psychonauts 2 is a platform platform adventure game with cinematic style and tons of customizable psychic powers. Psychonauts 2 serves up danger, excitement, and laughs in equal measure as players guide Raz on a journey through the minds of friends and foes on a quest to defeat a murderous psychic villain. Experience an imaginative, cinematic story that mixes humor and intrigue, brought to you by legendary game designer Tim Schafer. Grim Fandango, Brutal Legend, Broken Age. Explore unique environments using Raz's ability to dive into people's brains to battle their inner demons, unlock hidden memories, and resolve their emotional baggage. Leap acrobatically through the air, traversing tightropes and trapezes in a varied, challenging, and joyful platforming experience. Wield a powerful array of psychic powers to blast, burn, and levitate things, or even slow down time itself to solve environmental puzzles and battle strange enemies. Available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Xbox Series X and Series S and Macintosh operating systems. Black Geyser, Couriers of Darkness. Planned release date, August 26, 2021. About this game, Black Geyser, Couriers of Darkness. Explore a land plagued by war, pestilence, and mysterious abductions, and uncover the hidden legacy of your birth. Recruit powerful allies to your cause, achieve your goals through sorcery, stealth, a silver tongue or brute force, and discover the truth of the Black Geyser. Developed by Grape Ocean Technologies and published by V Publishing, Grape Ocean Technologies. The developers describe game contains mature themes such as crude language, violence, alcohol, and drug use, as well as sexual acts. Game is not ready yet, but we have early access. Player feedback is critical to the success of the game, and developers plan to fully integrate suggestions and fixes based on what players tells. Available on Microsoft Windows. No More Heroes 3. Planned release date, August 27, 2021. About this game, fight your way to the top of the galactic superhero rankings. The legendary assassin Travis Touchdown makes his glorious return to the madness in the No More Heroes 3 game, exclusively on the Nintendo Switch system. The evil Prince Fu and his band of alien assassins are itching to conquer Earth, and the only thing standing in their way is Travis Touchdown and his crew. Armed with his trusty beam katana, new tech, and some killer wrestling moves, Travis must battle to the top of the galactic superhero rankings and stop the invaders in their stupid tracks. Experience the latest punk rock, off-the-wall adventure from Suda 51, developed and published by Grasshopper Manufacture, available on Nintendo Switch. Guts and Goals. Planned release date, August 31, 2021. About this game. This isn't your standard game of soccer. This is Guts and Goals, where soccer balls can be hockey pucks, and you use a bat instead of your feet to score goals. Choose from over 30 unique heroes and get ready to play the world's game like never before. Different ways to play. Each stadium has a unique way to play a game of soccer. Score a goal with a beach ball on the beach, and hit a hockey puck at the skating rink. Developed by Codemanu and published by PM Studios. Play your way. Guts and Goals can be played both online and offline, single player, co-op, multiplayer, and local couch co-op. Enjoy this hilarious take on soccer however you like. Game is not ready yet, but we have early access. Guts and Goals will be filled with content from the very first moment of release. The game will be on early access at least for a year from its launch. Despite trying to have a fair price model for Guts and Goals, the game's price might increase when the final release comes out. Available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Series S and Microsoft Windows. Kiwi. Planned release date, August 31, 2021. About this game. Kiwi is a cute, two small kiwi birds working in a whimsical post office. With no hands to help them, they must jump, flap, peck and butt slam their way across an interactive landscape of levers, bells and buttons to get those messages delivered on time. Encounter perilous postal environments and navigate seasonal hazards while waddling through the telepost's various mail rooms, and partner up with a pal to help these adorable kiwis complete their tasks, whatever the weather. Unlock new accessories to customize your kiwi and become the best dressed male bird in Bungalow Basin. Developed by Stonewheat and Sons and published by Sold Out. Take on the role of a postal working kiwi bird and partner up with a friend to type out telegrams, send urgent messages, ship packages and keep the mail flowing. game. Buddy up on the couch or flock online. Control both kiwi birds on a single controller to venture out on a solo mail service adventure. Navigate post office desks and shipping rooms to become a master of the mail service. Encounter hazards caused by wintry weather, autumnal thunderstorms, and more on the way to becoming postal pros. Change the color of your kiwi's feathers and unlock new accessories, because kiwi birds look cute in little hats. Available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One and more. New World. Planned release date, August 31st, 2021. Explore a thrilling, open-world MMO filled with danger and opportunity where you'll forge a new destiny for yourself as an adventurer shipwrecked on the supernatural island of Aeternum. Endless opportunities to fight, forage, and forge await you among the island's wilderness and ruins. Channel supernatural forces, or wield deadly weapons in a classless, real-time combat system, and fight alone, with a small team, or in massed armies for PvE and PvP battles. The choices are all yours. Developed and published by Amazon Games. Carve your destiny. For thousands of years, Aeternum has been the source of fantastical legends, and now you've found it. Shipwrecked and without supplies or allies, you'll need to make your way in a dangerous world where supernatural power has changed all the rules. In such a land, your destiny is whatever you make of it. A land shaped by magic. Aeternum's mysteries run as deep and dark as its history. Delve into the world and uncover the secret truth of the island and its millennia of strange inhabitants. As you explore Aeternum, you'll discover beauty, danger, and opportunity at every turn. You'll need to use all your skills to take advantage of the island's bounty and survive its horrors. Swords, guns and sorcery. Arm yourself with brutal melee weapons, ranged artillery, or supernatural powers and jump into New World's classless, real-time action combat system. As you progress, you'll be able to determine what you want your gameplay experience to be like. Will you act as a protective shield on the front lines of battle? Will you sling spells to support your allies from a safe distance? Only you can decide. Stronger together. At the core of the New World's social features are the three factions, organizations of like-minded players and non-player characters with their own motives and schemes for the island's future. It is as a member of one of these factions that you'll wage war and claim, defend, and develop your territory. The developers describe game contains content not appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work. Frequent violence. Available on Microsoft Windows. Golf Club Wasteland. Planned release date, August 2021. About this game, Urban Wasteland Adventure Golf. The rich fled to Mars but venture back to a desolate Earth for a round of golf. Each hole in the wasteland offers its own little story and possible puzzle to sink the perfect shot. Play through destroyed brutalist monuments, crumbling shopping malls, and abandoned museums as neon signs and poignant graffiti take swings at current events. Silicon Valley Culture and Humanity. Developed by Demagogue Studio and published by Untold Tales. Piece together the full story of how humanity fell through three distinct sources. Details from the lone golfer's story, who's come back to Earth for one last game. The radio nostalgia from Mars broadcast that gives a glimpse into the lives of those who escaped. And the narration of a secret spectator watching from a distance. Be accompanied by a purposefully composed soundtrack as well as personal stories broadcasted on Radio Nostalgia from Mars. The station caters to citizens of Mars, nostalgic for Earth as they listen to music from the 2020s, and dial in to share their memories of the planet. A smooth-voiced radio DJ keeps the show flowing with updates and announcements hinting at a not-so-glamorous life on Mars. Three distinct modes mean every golfer can find something for their tastes. Casual players can focus just on the story and a relaxing scenic round of golf in story mode. Those looking for an extra challenge can beat each hole under par using skill and puzzle solving through challenge mode, while the total pros can try iron mode, where there's almost zero room for error. Easy to grasp controls and a minimalist UI underpin the whole game so anyone can easily pick up and play at their own pace. Included with every copy of the game is the digital Golf Club Wasteland official soundtrack plus a graphic novel art book that further expands the backstory of the lone golfer Charlie in a stunning visual format. Available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and Microsoft Windows. Toy Soldiers HD. Planned release date, August 2021. About this game, Toy Soldiers is a multi-genre action strategy game in which players command antique toy soldiers vying for control. Of the trench-filled diorama battlefields of Europe, the original classic has been overhauled and upgraded with new content, skins, gameplay, expanded game modes, improved controls, and graphical upgrades. Developed by Signal Studios, Outer Heaven, and published by Accelerate Games, Toy Soldiers HD, and experience the award-winning XBLA hit updated for a whole new generation. Command from above or take direct control below. Lead your foot soldiers, cavalry, tanks, and planes to victory. Deploy an exciting arsenal of guns, gas, howitzers, mortars, troops, flamethrowers, and vehicles to protect your toy box in vintage toy dioramas. Take a ride and follow your shot right onto its target. Leap into your strategically placed units and take hands-on control. Do whatever it takes against huge enemy bosses. Jump behind the wheel and drive or fly these classic machines of war yourself. Available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows.
Virus.